Okay, so Simba's back here with a meditation. And today we're going to work with the concept of belief systems. So start by finding a nice, comfortable seated or lying down position, whatever you fancy. Take a few deep breaths in and out, however they come to you naturally. Don't think about technique. There's no right way or wrong way to do this. And when it comes to belief systems, they're pretty much what we make out of them. If I believe something to be true, it will be true. If I believe something is not true, then I will make it not true. So, belief system comprises of a continuous loop of choices. Choices that we are made aware of, that we're thinking. Choices that we are not aware of because we have done it so many times. So it's a habitual loop. And we feel powerless because we cannot see the moment we make this choice. So we assign a story to the situation. It is like this. It will never be better. It's always like this. And then we feel stressed about it, or hopeless, or agitated, or fearful, or anxious, or angry. I'd like to invite you in to slow everything down, not disconnect, just slow everything down. Find a pause between your exhalation before your inhalation begins. Don't try to prolong it. Just notice that there is a pause from when you exhale before your body naturally starts to inhale. And realize there's a pause between the next segment. When you're done with your inhalation, before you start to exhale, there is a pause. However small, however brief, there is a pause. Don't try to change it. Become aware of it. And now let's look at both pauses. The pause from when your inhalation finish before you start to exhale. The pause between when your exhalation finishes before you start to inhale. And simply feel that space. There is a space between everything. A space between my breaths. There's a space between your thoughts from when one thought ends before the next one comes. However brief, however small, there is a space between your thoughts. Can you notice it? And lastly, there's a space between your emotions. An emotion only lasts for 90 seconds, the longest. But we can have the next emotion coming straight across it, right next to it. So it feels like I've been feeling like this forever. Can you feel when one emotion stops and maybe the same one starts? However brief, however small, there is a gap. Can you feel the gap? Usually there is a elevation of the emotion, and then it starts to go down, and there's a gap. It's almost like you're sitting on a beach watching the waves come into the shore. There's a pause between the waves starts to go out into the ocean, and then there's a pause before the wave starts to come back in towards the shore. At first, it looks like a continuous movement with no stops. But when you slow down, when you really focus in, you notice the pauses, even on a stormy ocean, even when it's raining. The more you can start to notice these pauses in meditation, in your breath, between your thoughts, between your emotions, the more you start to realize belief system, life just comprises of a series of choices, the ones we are aware of and the ones that are subconscious in our nervous system. And once you become aware of both, then if 50% of the work is done, you're halfway there, whatever that is, whatever that goal, that dream is. You're halfway there because you can see what's going on. When you can see what's going on, you can do something about it. Thank you very much for following along this meditation, and I hope to see you in the next.